After the Doomsday science fiction written in 1975, dead fish floated on the rivers and trees, turned yellow leaves and fell. The famous Golden Gate Bridge in America also collapsed, with cars piling up and falling into the sea like discarded toys. The Statue of Liberty, a symbol of the powerful and justice of America, also broke and fell into the sea. The famous Eiffel Tower in France shrank and rolled up like a broom. The Great Wall of China, the magnificent wall that ran along the mountainside, a world-famous landmark, was crumbling into piles of rubble. All the ancient structures and temples across the globe were being trampled by God. People and creatures died as if asleep in the storm and mud. Their clothes were torn to shreds in the madness and terrible heat of the comet. Meanwhile, the Titanic nuclear submarine was still operating as it lay at the bottom of the Arctic Ocean, beneath a giant iceberg. Mr. Smith sat in front of the TV, watching the situation on the surface. For 3 days and nights, disaster struck across the globe. The beautiful Earth, with its intelligent and beautiful people, lush green forests, and colorful gardens, had returned to its original state as when God first created it. A terrifying and unexpected event occurred. A massive tremor shook the Earth. Many cities sank into the sea. At the same time, many continents and mountains rose up. The Titanic, lying at the bottom of the deep sea, was suddenly pushed to the surface and washed ashore on a beach. Everyone on board was astonished. Now only the survivors remained. They had nothing left. They had lost all their loved ones and possessions. The ship was stranded in the Arctic. They had to rebuild their lives. They went ashore, brought wooden crates of firewood, and built a bonfire to warm themselves and pray. Among the passengers and crew was Tony, the son of Mr. Smith. Tony, 25 years old, met Linda, an 18-year-old Vietnamese girl. Linda was traveling with her classmates on a cruise ship. The ship was caught in a storm and sank. The Titanic rescued 30 people, including Linda. Tony helped and cared for Linda on the ship. They became close friends. A new paradise Mr. Smith organized for the crew to build shelter on land, far from the Titanic. The sailors and young men used pieces of wood from crates and tarpaulins to construct small houses to live in while they settled down and started their lives. Fresh water and electricity were provided by the Titanic. They bathed and drank fresh water supplied by the Titanic. The ship had a desalination plant that converted seawater into fresh water. At the same time, the 2 astronauts on the Earth's orbiting space station, Henry and Jones, were also safe. They knew that today they would have to fend for themselves. They would no longer be provided with food.